Good evening, everyone. Late Night Mega here, and tonight we're going to do another quick draft of Phyrexia. All will be one. Let's get some fun stuff. Ooh. Well, this is definitely a card I need. Other blue creatures I control have whenever this creature becomes tapped, draw a card, then discard a card. Looting is nice in this format. Other artifact creatures I control get +1/+1. And for Phyrexian blue mana, I can, till end of turn, target creature I control becomes a blue artifact in addition to its other colors and types. Activate only as a sorcery. That's going to be the pick because, as you saw, I don't have any of them. So I guess maybe this time we try the blue-white artifact theme. We want things like Incisor Glider, Chrome Prowler, Annex Sentry. Hexgold Slash is a nice card in the pack. Alright, we take the rare. We don't have to take this rare. Technically, we could. But technically, we're going to take the uncommons here just aren't much to write home about. We'll take the Incisor Glider. Great follow-up because it is an artifact. Nothing here even makes me... Well, I mean, there's a Ruthless Predation, which would be good. But we'll take the Glider. Oh, here we go. Unctus is Retrofitter. That's a good one. Also, the Ickerplate Golem. There's not a ton of things in blue-white that... There's also Planar Disruption. That would be nice. I'm going to take the Retrofitter, though. There's not a ton of things that make... Well, blue has some things that do oil counters. There's not a ton in white. So I think for an artifact theme, the Retrofitter is going to go better. Oh man, look at this Furnace Punisher. It's a pretty decent one, but we're going to take the Mandible Justicar. Nice 2-drop, has lifelink. That's kind of what we want over Malcator's Watcher. Alright, and we have options again. We have another Justicar, another Incisor Glider. Crawling Chorus is actually reasonable because it will leave behind an artifact creature. We do want to get our opponent poisoned. I think... Which of these is better? I kind of just want to take the Flyer because it's a flyer. But I also kind of want to take this thing. Because that can also get... Well, we'll go with the Justicar. And now we have a Gitaxian Raptor. It's not an artifact itself. There's a Contagious Vorak here, but we've already kind of locked it. And you can kind of, when you're quick drafting, you can kind of just force whatever color combination you want. Now, the Bardish itself is an artifact. I wouldn't mind some of the equipment in this, but I think we just take the Raptor. Raptor's just so good. Alright, now that we have the Raptor, there's the Helm. The Helm is okay, but we do have the Ickerplate Golem. I don't think Serum Snare is really for this deck. We'll take the artifact thing. Maybe we get enough oil stuff to make it worthwhile. And we get a Basilica Shepherd. I don't think we've played with this card in this series yet. It's not an artifact itself, but it makes a couple artifact tokens, which go great with the Justicar. Oh, how about that? We get the Incisor Glider came back. Easy pick up there. Want to make sure we have enough 2-drops. Tamio's Logbook. I mean, we have to get enough artifacts, but nothing else in this pack is really what we want to be doing. We'll probably cut the Logbook. People keep playing Vanish into Eternity against me, so maybe I should be playing it. I've only ever grabbed 2 of them. There's another logbook. I doubt we're running 2 of them. I doubt we're even running 1 of them. Basilica Skull Bomb versus a 3rd logbook that we're definitely not running. I'll take the Skull Bomb. Oh, hey, we even get the Bardish back, so yeah. Oh, this is the other rare we want in this archetype. Malcator, Purity Overseer. It comes into play with a 3/3, so it's a 3 mana 1/1 and 3/3. And at the beginning of your end step, if 3 or more artifacts enter the battlefield under your control this turn, you get another 3/3 golem. I've never been able to trigger this before, but just 3 mana for 2 bodies is pretty good. Another Justicar and a Malcator's Watcher in the pack. Hopefully one of those 2 come back to us. We also want the Chrome. I also want Planar Disruption. We do like the... Oh, there's also a Geth here. Should I take that over removal? Not really. Geth is just so bad. Though we're gonna make playables. Let's take the rare. I've been saying it throughout the series, we can just take the rare and that'll be fine. What's this thing? Whenever you cast a non-creature, put an oil counter, remove an oil counter, target creature gains flying. I mean, that's not unreasonable, but we have a Chrome Prowler here. We've had this played against us several times. Other people playing this artifact deck. We have Incubation Sac here, which is an artifact, which also makes more artifacts. That's actually not a bad idea. If I could splash. We have Necrogen Rot Priest, aka Mandy Rose here, with Toxic too. It's a good one, but it's very far off from what we're doing. We do want our opponent to be poisoned. So we can turn on the corrupted version of the Incisor Glider. So the picks here are either the Incubation Sac, speculating on some sort of a green splash for this, which wouldn't be bad at all. Or we take the Prologue to Phyrexia and use that to try and get some poison going on our opponent. I think I'm going to take the Prologue, because we don't have any tools yet to help facilitate a splash. There's no... Oh, we get Tamiyo's Immobilizer. Immobilizer's good. Chrome Prowler's also good. Yeah, this is just going to be an Immobilizer pick. Mainly because this is an uncommon and the Prowler is a common, so we should be able to see more Prowlers as the draft goes on. We haven't had any like Terramorphic Expanses or things like that to help facilitate a splash. Or even the Dune Movers. Take a Surgical Bay now. Nothing else in that pack that I would really want. The Insight, could we run that? Is there... We don't have a lot that needs to be proliferated. Well, we do have poison that we want to proliferate. Or I could just take another Skull Bomb. I'll grab the Insight. We're probably not going to play it. Complete Devotion is a combat trick. You only get to draw if you get the Toxic thing. This enters with 3 oil counters. You can remove an oil counter. It's not an artifact itself. Do I have any other mirror in the deck? We do not. But otherwise, the Kinsmith... The Quicksilver Fisher is also an okay 5-drop. We already have a couple okay 5-drops, and this isn't... It's a flyer. It's either this or our first Mirror Kinsmith, which we don't really like anyways. Alright, well, here's an Ichor Plate Golem. I still don't think we have a ton of oil things to justify this, which we really don't. We just want artifacts. We'll take the Watcher. That's also kind of good with now we have a thing to help facilitate a splash. Also, Dune Mover can also help us get toxic on our opponent. We just got to get a couple poison counters. Here's this thing too, the Atmosphere Surgeon. I guess we'll take it. It's not an artifact, so it might get cut. Other alternative is Prophetic Prism, which could help facilitate a splash now that we don't have any card to splash. But also the Prism, like if we get another, not Unctus, if we get another Retrofitter, the Prisms become pretty good. And there's another Kinsmith or another Bardish. I'll take it. And there's also a third to last pick Chimney Rabble. Oh, hey, we got a Chrome Prowler back. That's awesome. This deck is coming together. Yeah, this is just... The rares just want me to be blue-white artifacts. I can't help it. We have 2 Unctus and we have Malcator in this deck. And this is really good because this is a rare I kind of wanted to collect. And now I got 2 of them in the same draft. Alright, so here we have a Surgical Skull Bomb, or we can take a Duelist of Deep Faith. I'm going to take the Duelist because it does have Toxic. We'll try to get that in and get our opponent poisoned for our one thing. Now we have a Meldweb Strider. It is an artifact. I don't think it's better than the 5-drops we have. We could take a Trawler Drake. This wants us to cast oh, we have a bunch of non-creatures. It is a good one itself, but how many non-creatures are we keeping in this deck? Because we already have to cut some things. Yeah, some of our non-creatures are like Tamiyo's logbooks. I'm a little bit more interested in the Justicar. And here we have another Duelist of Deep Faith. That's going to be the pick. Just want to get our opponent corrupted. Even though it's not an artifact itself, there's also Basilica Skull Bomb. I already have one of those Skull Bombs, and I don't run those a whole lot. Ah, here's a Planar Disruption. We had to pass a couple of those earlier in the draft. Glad we get to pick one up now. I can take another Raptor. It's not an artifact, but it is still a really good card. Oh, how about this? A 4th Justicar. Yeah, I mean, that helps us just stay ahead in the race. Either that or I run the counter. I don't mind running 4 Justicars. Oh, and here's the other artifact. Eye of Malcator. That's one that we want to have. Orthodoxy Enforcer's not bad, but it's not an artifact itself. And the Watcher, another Watcher is also good. But we have a lot of 2-drops. We have a lot of 3-drops too. But let's grab that. Terramorphic to help fix our mana over another Basilica Skull Bomb. This is like the 5th one of these we've seen this draft. I can take a Surgical Skull Bomb. Bounce card, help keep tempo. I already have... Oh, I only have 1 Surgical Bay. I don't think we need the Strider. You really want things to proliferate on the Strider. It's kind of asking for a lot. Crew 3 isn't that undoable either. But we don't have a ton of proliferate stuff. I'm just going to take the other surgical bay. Oh, the escaped experiment. That's another artifact 2-drop we kind of want. Over another Basilica Skull Bomb. I don't think I'm running. Oh, look, we get the option to run this thing anyways. Okay, we have 1 billion cards and we need to cut a whole bunch. You guys know, if you've watched this channel before, you know exactly what I'm going to do here. So, one thing I like to do when it seems like I have, look at this, I need to cut 12 cards. Instead, we're going to cut all of them. And then we can add back things based on priority. The lands are fine. And the priority is going to be, obviously, bomb rares and our removal. And since these Unctuses really want us to have artifact creatures, I mean, it can turn other creatures I control into artifact creatures. We're going to want to run artifact creatures. We have a lot of 2-drops to run. I do want to run the Retrofitter. What this deck is missing is the 1-drop. It's an uncommon. The 1-mana 1/2 Flying Vigilance artifact creature. That is what we're missing. But we'll take the Retrofitter. This also has Toxic 1 as well. Not something to be ignored when we are trying to hit our opponent with Toxic. I don't know if I'm going to run all those Just cards, but we might try. I'm going to run the Chrome Prowlers. We're at 33. We're going to run the Eye of Malcator. Do I want to run the Tapper thing? Do I want the Dune Mover? It has Toxic, but we have so many 2-drops as it is. I don't think it's necessary. We are going to run the Basilic Shepherd. I think we can run a Vanish into Eternity. I think I will run the Skull Bombs. Alright, so we have 2 more spots left in the deck. I know we have 2 Gitaxian Raptors here, which are great defensively. We have so many 3-drops as it is. The Retrofitter wants us to run artifacts as well. That's just target creature I control becomes a blue artifact. Okay. So we didn't get a second Retrofitter, so I don't think I'm going to run the Prophetic Prism for that. I can also turn these Skull Bombs into 4/4s with the Retrofitter too. That would be another reason to run those. We are trying out Vanish into Eternity. We have 2 more spots open, so we could run a Logbook. I mean, is it likely we're going to have at least 2 or 3 artifacts in play? So this becomes a... Oh, it's still so expensive. I don't like it. I would honestly rather run the Prologued Phyrexia. So cards I can consider this. Oh, the Escaped Experiment it attacks fairly well. We have 1 billion 2-drops as it is, though. Well, that could be a consideration. I guess the Fisher. I don't really want that. And the Immobilizer. Gitaxian Raptors. I mean, they can become artifact creatures with Unctus. But I don't think that's what we need to be doing, because we already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures at the 3-mana spot. Alright, so these are the cards I'm ultimately considering. We really don't need more 2-drops. I mean, this thing can help make blocking not great for your opponent. But honestly, I think blocking is already not going to be great because these things are going to get pumped very easily. We have 2 of these things that'll pump. Actually, when we play this, this is an artifact, so it'll trigger this guy. So basically, turn 2, turn 3, this thing's already a 4-3 swinging that turn. This will be flyer. This will be a thing I want to turn into an artifact creature with this effect. So making it a 3-3 toxic 1. Yeah, I think I'm more inclined to run the Prologue to Phyrexia. Oh wait, we're going to cut a land too, aren't we? Yeah, because there's no way I'm running this many land. Yeah, so we can actually get 3 of these cards in here. So Prologue to Phyrexia can be one of them. And then I think we go Immobilizer. Immobilizer Fisher. So we cut the Escaped Experiment. And the other thing I don't like about the Fisher, it's not an artifact, so it's not going to trigger our Eye of Malcator. Maybe I cut that. Keep the other 2. We'll cut a Surgical Bay, I think. We do need double blue for Unctus. But we also need... We also need white really badly. Because all of our 2-drops are white. Pretty much. Yeah, we'll go with this. And yeah, we have Unctus there. Oh, Malcator could also be the star card, because that's the blue-white. Alright, well, I got to do the blue-white artifact aggro deck. Let's see how it works out. We also have the Skull Bombs that can also cycle for cards, too. And Eye of Malcator scries 2 when it enters. I think this is fine as 16 lands. And like some of our other decks, most of the stuff costs 3 or less. So now it's just a matter of getting into the games. Alright. Calvin. Can't afford to buy all the vowels he needs, though. Yeah, this is great. We are going to start with Terramorphic. We're going to grab our second blue source. Well, we have Basilica Shepherd in our hand right now, but that takes 5 mana. I'm going to grab the second blue. And we've got our Duelist of Deep Faith, hoping to get our opponent just to the corrupted status. Alright, well that can't block this. Well, I mean it can, it'll just throw itself away. Okay, I get it. I really should have... we'll play Malcator. So this is 2 creatures in 1. The 3/3 can already block the Dune Mover. I can also just block and trade here as well. The Shepherd could almost... That only makes 2. I'd still need like at least 1 or 2 more mana to get 3 artifacts into play on 1 turn. We're up against a Esper deck here. And with Prologue to Phyrexia, our opponent is almost corrupted. Really, using Charge of the Mites on that? Alright. I mean, who am I to judge? I'm actually going to do the Justicar, and we'll do the Prologue. Reason being, if I find a Plains next turn, I'm not going to block this. I'll take the Toxic. We are the aggressive deck here. Reason being, if I can play this, I get double triggers on this. This attacks as a 4/3. Yeah, now they have something to proliferate. I get it. It was a choice I made. That's rude. Slowing down my action. Alright. We'll do this. Opponent is corrupted. Well, we have Incisor Glider. And we have Unctus. Yeah, Unctus. And we can make... I can just pay blue. Make this a artifact creature so it gets +1/+1. Oh, and we get to... Oh gosh, there's our Plains we need. Chrome Prowler's good. Shepherd is good. Everything is good. Oh, gosh. So either we're going to play the Shepherd next turn or the Prowler, and I like the... We'll do the 2 creatures. Gosh, that was painful. So I'm keeping the Prowler out so I can tap something down. I can also play a land. Alright. Can also use that as Phyrexia mana anytime I want. There's Nimrazer. This is exactly what I'm talking about. We're going to tap down that Nimrazer Paladin. Or just make it so it can't attack or block. That's still this thing. I think it's still best. Okay, we disrupt this. Do I have a win here if I play this? 4, 5, 6... I do, actually. I do. So we tap this. That gets boosted. We pay 2 life. Which is fine because that just puts us down to 20. That is not a win. I don't have a clue what I'm not doing math correctly. I'm off by 1. Okay, well, I'm off by 1. Whatever. I have 4 lethal attackers. Our opponent has 1 blocker right now. What? Okay. The deck works. That's what matters. And hey, we finally got relevant rares. Oh, Mandy Rose. We're just talking about you during the draft. Alright, next game. I like this deck. Although, I think the most fun I've had in this series comes from the deck we had last time with Charforger. Check it out if you haven't. Some of the games just got really silly, and I was just chucking creatures at my opponent. I didn't care if they could just block and kill them or not. That's how silly it got. Sly Boots. But the real question is, were those boots made for walking? Oh, we'll keep this. Yeah, I'm still gonna do this. I'll get our second plane so I don't have to run into the stuff we had last time. Interesting looking lands. Do I want to Incisor Glider here? Because this will just trade. If it gets to live against these colors, it might not. So, let's just do this. Let's glide right on in. Well, that might not get to live either, but there's only so much I can do. I'm not going to plan or disrupt a Blight Belly Rat. I'll block, because this is a free block right now. It has to be a combat trick. Don't want to get that first poison, though. Black-red. Alright. There's a Vanish. We have an Unctus here. Opponent still has 2 mana. We'll just play the Unctus. And there's the Charforger. Might want to plan a disruption that thing. Duelist and Experiment are also reasonable. Yeah, let's just put out our things here. Not attacking. We're almost at 6 mana and can just exile something, aka Charforger. He has our deck from list. I was just talking about this deck too, and now I have to play against it. Blight Belly Rat. So it's just there to proliferate more so oil counters and not really poison counters. Though still, I don't know how much proliferating Sly Boots has over there. Well, that's also a problem. If a source you control would deal non-combat damage to an opponent or permanent that player controls, deals double that damage instead. And that, discard 2 cards and make it indestructible. That needs to be stopped as well, so let's, you know, just stop that. This has to be activated as a sorcery and with Phyrexia mana. And I think... Does Unctus go? Unctus does not go in here. These two do. And we're going to do this. I don't want to discard a card. I guess the Justicar? Because this Vanish might be important very soon. Land. Yeah. Yeah, that's not a May effect. It's just your blue things will make you loot. So since we didn't have them in our hand to begin with, we'll just continue to not have them in our hand. He doesn't really have good blocks unless he wants to trade the Charforger for my 2-drop, which I'm fine with. Now, if this came out a little bit later when I had this... Yeah, I mean, you can do that too. If that came out a little bit later when I had 6 mana, I could have been a little bit sneaky and waited until he got the mana to... I'm not going to tap the Charforger here, because I can just block anything that attacks. Could have waited till he maybe did that. Oh, Vat of Rebirth. he is playing our deck. He has a mythic rare that we didn't have. But he is playing... Oh, that's going to double our stuff, isn't it? I cannot do anything about that. But what I can do tap that Charforger. I'm not going to block, because you're not going to beat me with poison counters. That's reasonable, because I can now get rid of a thing. You have a poison. I have poison. We're all poisoned. Yay. So I can vanish as Charforger or vanish. Okay, that's not a problem. If he doesn't present a better target right now, I will vanish the Charforger. Not too worried about the Vat. As long as he doesn't spam, like, 3 Charforgers. I think I'll even take 4 before doing anything. I'll just continue highlighting all his cards just to make him wonder. Sometimes you can see when your opponent is highlighting cards. I'll just take the 4 here. Alright. We're gonna get rid of that. And it's Exile, so he's not getting it back. Basilica Shepherd. We can play that post-combat, because we don't have the what is it, to play pre-combat. The Shepherd itself is just lethal, and our board is super wide. So opponent has 2 cards. I'm guessing one was a land because he went a whole turn cycle without playing anything. I mean, okay, that's annoying, but that doesn't kill me. That doesn't kill me either, and there's the Justicar. Okay. Hey, we ranked up. We're Diamond Tier 3 now. So yeah, I'm really glad we got to do this. I'm only going to be able to do maybe like 2 more drafts of this set before the quick draft goes down, because these quick drafts are only available for like 2 weeks at a time, and I've really struggled to cram in as many drafts of this as I could, while also cramming in all those Shadows over Innistrad drafts. I'm enjoying the whole thing, though. Because I'm only going to do this as much as I enjoy it. I don't want it to become a chore or anything. I know I talk a lot about drafting when we're drafting in quick drafts and drafting for the collection and drafting mythics even in Premier Draft, just mythic drafting them anyways. Because I do want to be at least somewhat efficient, but I don't want to care super much about that. I mean, in the case of this draft in this deck, we took a junk rare. Nuke and Glow is our next opponent. We took a junk rare over... Yeah, that's fine. The Geth over a second Planner Disruption. We're going to start with our Duelist of Deep Faith, because we want to get that Toxic onto our opponent. And this has first strike when attacking, so it attacks pretty well into most things. We're going to play... I mean, it makes sense to play Unctus right now, but I think it actually makes more sense to play the Glider. I mean, this lets them know that, you know, we're trying to get them at least corrupted. Okay, cool. We can still swing in unimpeded. I could even play the Unctus. I think I'm going to play the Unctus here. It's a good blocker on that. Yep. First attack here. I have 2/4 blockers. Opponent could have removal. That would make me sad. But once again, I can only do so much. Please not the flyer. Honestly, I think I'd rather him kill Unctus than the flyer. We're really close to getting our opponent corrupted. If all he does is play a creature, I can plan or well, okay. Guess I don't need to plan or disrupt that. Another Unctus. Which we can't play because it's legendary. So now I really don't care if he kills Unctus. I'm going to pay mana for this. So now it's a 3-power thing. I'm going to pitch the Immobilizer. Because we don't even have the mana to cast that right now. So I have a 3/3 first striker. Looking to poison our opponent. Doesn't have any good blocks here. Alright. Opponent is corrupted. Go Mandible Justicar. Just keep developing things out. That's a 3/2 right now. Apostle of Invasion. That thing is kind of big. That thing is also kind of not going to do anything. Oh, I only have one white. Okay. That's fine then. What all wants to attack here? You. I would get instantly corrupted next turn if I attack with Unctus. I think I attack with Unctus anyways, because it's just such... It's such a big attack we have going here, because this is all going to get boosted again as well. So it'd be all +1/+1, so this would be 3, 7, 10, 14 damage. Yeah, you'd have to make some blocks here. Even just jumping in, there's no good blocks. I mean, I guess this can trade with that, and that's it. And then this would have to, I guess it wouldn't technically have to jump block, but wouldn't be good for our opponent. I haven't... Yeah, another Filigree Silex. Well, that means I don't have to... That's one less Filigree Silex I have to open. So that is another strategy I employ here on the channel. Just when you're drafting and you're winning packs, don't open your packs until you're completely done drafting. So yeah, I'll have pack opening videos for all the stuff we got so far. Yeah, go first, huh? Oh, we're gonna keep... We're gonna play the Basilica Skull Bomb. I know it can trigger this thing, but it's fine. Well, we're gonna go for max life gain. Now, maybe I should have played the Glider here, because this could easily just be... Yeah, Hexgold Slash. Now I get no life gain. There's a Scamperoonie. A second... Well, now with a second Unctus, I'm going to play an Unctus here. Also, if we draw a land, we can double spell next turn. Now, Kara, what tricks do you got? Blazing Crescendo. Cool, we trade. Well, I have another Unctus. Yeah, I have another Unctus. That's why I didn't quite mind the first one dying. So next turn I think I just... Oh gosh. That has double strike. Glider can trade with that. Could also just not trade with that and just play out stuff. Because I have a lifelinker, so I don't need to block that. I can take 4. And also sack the Skull Bomb, give something +2/+2 in flying. We don't quite have a reason to do that yet. Oh, that's lovely. Well, I'm not blocking that anyways. Oh, Vigilance, you say? Well, Vigilance doesn't work very well either. I will demonstrate why. Oh, but the reason is it has 0 power. Unctus' Retrofitter. Oh, that's a good one. I can start attacking with the Skull Bomb too. Not right now, though. I'm just going to do this. And we're going to go attacking. And Homeboy does not have attack power. Discarding a Planner Disruption is a bit sketchy. I hate the forced discard. Oh, man. That was rough. Oh, we're gonna trade. Oh, that is fine. I gained 4. Yep, we're good to go. This thing does not have Vigilance anymore, so if it attacks, I'm just not blocking. Retrofitter. Now, the Retrofitter, I could also make this a 4/4 with lifelink, which would actually then become a 5. Have we been here before? I feel like we've been here before. You can do your Vigilance trick again. I could also make the Flyer into a 4/4, which is actually a 5/5. No blocks. I think I'm gonna make the Justicar into... He's doing the... Yeah. And Incisor Glider, which I would like to have as well. I can play this. Can't double spell this turn. That's the annoying part. Alright, we're gonna make this a 4/4, which is now a 5/5. I can also make that into a artifact. Not really relevant this turn. Yeah, that's fine. We do a load of damage. Well, we kill those things, we gain 5. I have a good time. This can become an artifact. It also has Toxic. Toxic. Oh, he has 6 mana to equip this thing now. Oh, it's only 5 to equip. I thought it was 6 to equip for some reason. Alright. I mean, if he wants to attack, he can attack. What do you want to do? Vigilance? I mean, anything but Death Touch, and I can just block with the Retrofitter. Well, I guess flying I can't block with the Retrofitter, but why would you do flying instead of Death Touch? Vigilance. Yeah, I'm fine with this. Because now I also have free attacks. Oh, we're going to attack first. Oh, that's only other blue creatures. Okay. I'm going to do this. Alright, so this is like 8 damage now in the air. That's a Chimney Rebel. I don't actually care about that, do I? Oh, that's cool. I don't think I need that, though. Let's just do this. I just get everything. just absolutely everything. And here's Malcator, coming with a 4/4 buddy. And that should be game. We've got 2 lethal flyers, 2 more lethal ground guys. The other thing we have to be aware of is our opponent killing us out of nowhere. Which, yeah, that can't happen. Unless I could have made this into an artifact creature. No, not really. That's fine. First strike damage. So let's get, sure. You got it. Oh, his name was like Tricky Jerky or something. I didn't announce his name. I don't always announce my opponent's names, but sometimes I do. Another fun time was like the last week of that I was doing the Streets of New Capenna premiere drafts. I swear I had multiple individuals that I was playing that I ended up getting matched against on different days that I was recording. Like I would record 1 draft a day, and I think it was within like the last 5 or 6 drafts, and I started recognizing several of the names. And I'm like, hey, I played this person yesterday. Hey, I played this person like multiple times this week already. I think there was just less people playing it towards the end. So that was kind of amusing. Which that's also a fun series to watch if you haven't. Sometimes I like going back and seeing some old draft videos from different sets. So if you haven't checked those out yet on my channel, and you're looking for even more draft content, especially when we get back to Sport Core, especially when we get back to not having daily drafts. I know this is the only artifact that triggers this, but this can also make this fly, or whatever. The Injector. I think I just want to get down a second Duelist of Deep Faith here. Yeah, I'm not even sure about that. Because that's going to get +0, +2. Yeah. I don't even want to do that. I'll do the Chrome Prowler thing. We'll make him waste mana and equip it. Because why would you not? It's instant... Yes. It's instant Toxic 3. I don't like instant Toxic 3. Not a fan. So that can just be tapped. It didn't annoy my bit. That's reasonable. Island is not the land we wanted. Because that's kind of bad. I need the cat now to trade with this. Because nothing else does. And I think I'm just going to crack this for a card. Not going to walk into another combat. Yeah, I'm fine with trade there. Plague Nurse. Yeah, we're going to need something different here. Because this is not going to cut it. Yeah, that'll do for a turn. Nimrazor Paladin, stop playing big things, please. We're going to be taking some toxic damage for sure. I think we're going to do this first. Vanish into eternity. That's interesting. It's not interesting on this turn. We're going to be taking some poison counters here. Not a lot I can do about that. That's, if you want to put it there, that's fine. Can even play this and put it on. Yep. Yep, you can even reattach. You don't want to reattach. Oh, you do want to reattach. You get everything. I am the Maze Skull Bomb. Okay. Retrofitter. I'm gonna just do this. Be aggressive. I like that. That helps a little bit. It's the whole policy of every little bit helps. I can make the... it doesn't matter. Just does not matter now. Okay. I can make the 4/4 into a lifelinker, but without an artifact. Now I need one more land. Oh, the Rot Priest having 5 toughness is just so bad. There's this thing. It doesn't have 3 mana. I guess we're gonna go with the Retrofitter. And we're just gonna make that into a 4/4 lifelinker. Our blocks aren't horrible. Okay, cool. Thank you for doing that. And of course, you could give +2/+2 and trample to something. Doing that on the Death Toucher is really annoying. But yeah, he's going to go for the big creature. It's fine. Oh, that's +3/+3 and trample. That's not favorable. Okay, so I can say goodbye to my whole board, or I take 3 poison. Oh, taking 3 poison's too much here. Because then I'm just dead to any proliferate cards, so we have to triple block like this. We can kill any 2. No, he can just give a Death Touch and kill everything. That's right. And then we still get the 3 poison. Okay. We are not winning this one. Double attack and we just... Yeah, double attack, we lose. That was a rough one. I was considering using the Vanish into Memory on that Maze Skull Bomb if our opponent didn't block the 3/3 on our 2/2 first striker like he did. Don't know if I would have done that, but it would have been an option. Big T8 is our next opponent. Oh, hey, I have Malcator showing up here. Gonna get our first blue source. Up against still blue-black. This could also just be a splash as well. That's not Eye of Malcator, that's Malcator's Watcher. I am interested in getting our opponent corrupted. I don't care if he hits me for one. I have a life linker. I have this that'll shut that down. It's fine. That card is not fine. And now I think what we're gonna do is do the Eye of Malcator. So we get to scry. We'll find something here. Do I need more than 4 land? I wouldn't mind having 5 land, if I'm being honest. We'll keep 5 land. So this thing can be attacking as a 4/4 next turn. I kind of want to play the 2... yeah, I'm going to play the 2 Justicars next turn. Because then we can play multiple things, pump them up. That's going to be the plan. So Justicar, attack for this. Alright. Opponent's giving me some time. You want to attack with the Raptor? I don't care if you do. Okay, opponent just does not want to get poisoned. That's understandable. Because then I can get 2 artifacts going, pump these up to being 4/3 lifelinks. This is why I'm not worried about our life total right now. And if he wants to trade with the Raptor, I'm fine with that too. If he wants to take 4, that's fine. Wants to chump block with Watcher, I'm fine with whatever our opponent does here. And we're just going to play another one of these. There shouldn't be a mass -1/-1 effect. The Retrofitter can also just turn this into a 4/4 permanently. Well, for as long as the Retrofitter's around. There could be a one-shot -1/-1 effect. Which that is kind of annoying. So now with the land, I think I'm going to go with the Purity Overseer and the Incisor Glider. And we can figure out what artifact we want to make into a 4/4. He's going Proliferating a lot. I'm honestly more worried about the poison counters than I am the rest of this stuff. The damage. Because I can't get rid of the poison. I can... oh, this is only going to make 2 artifacts come into play. Oh well. It's also going to... but this is going to shut down attacks on the Watcher. Yep, all this is happening. Now I can swing for 8. Do I swing with this and let that eat it? I don't think we do. I don't think we throw away our creature like that. Not yet, anyways. We don't have an artifact right now, so that's why I'm going to use the Retrofitter to just turn this into a 4/4. Okay, he's going to... I can see the merits behind that. I mean, this will come back. It'll be slow to come back. And he draws a card off this, so he's not really losing a whole lot. We are already corrupted. And takes the 4. Distorted Curiosity, that's a good one. Getting more card draw. Just don't have any more Raptors. One of them is annoying enough to try and get around. I can deal with that. But now I kind of... I think I go the Chrome Prowler. If I tap this, I can just swing with everything. And whatever the rat wants to trade with is fine. But I'd rather shut that down for a turn. And then whatever artifact survives can just become... I don't care if this lives or not. I might actually save this for blocking. Could also trade with Prowler if that doesn't trade. I think it's gonna... I think the rat definitely blocks something here. Because otherwise they're taking 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. They just can't do that. Still taking at least 7. So, yeah. Rat's got to block. Goes for the 3-3, banking on me running out of artifacts. Okay, so a good blue-white artifact deck in this format is probably not going to run out of artifacts. Okay, I've run out of artifacts, but there'll be tons of artifacts to trigger this, and you always have to have this trigger in the back of your mind. I kind of hope I draw one of those artifacts. Oh, there's a scrap trap. Can I get in for lethal? I can if I draw an artifact. Because then this can be a 4-4. I have lots of 2-mana artifacts. And a couple skull bombs. Any of them would work. But right now, like, block this, opponent takes... No, they're dead. They're just dead. Because they're still taking at least 4 when all of this swings. Never did get our opponent corrupted for Incisor Gliders, but that's okay too. And he never got to bring back this thing, so killing it just didn't ultimately matter. It comes back tapped too, so it can't even be like a surprise blocker. Oh, Basilica Shepherd. That also works. That's gonna be the Shepherd. Yes, it just has to enter the battlefield. Doesn't have to be something I cast. And Rar. You can block the 2 biggest things and you still lose. Yep. Opponent realized it. That Chrome Prowler is surprisingly nasty. Oh. Aaron, Benella's Ruin. Oh, we're at 5 wins already. Well, this is cool. What are some of my other favorite memories of drafts, since that seems to be like a theme between... It's Mega Bob. Sure. I'm actually going to play out the Surgical Bay first, because I don't care if this gets in play yet. We don't even have white, but we have all these blue cards. And we'll do the Unctus thing. Unctus is going to force me to... Mine's bigger. Yeah, I don't think this is a great card here. Oh, the Eye of Malcator. I want to get that going because I want to be attacking with that every turn. Alright, fine. Surgical Skull Bomb and Planes. That's all just good. I'm actually not going to attack because I don't want to trade. I don't want to trade because this is a 2-power flyer. It will be, anyways. I think I pitch our Terramorphic Expanse. We're going to keep the Immobilizer for sure. Yeah, opponent kind of sensed that we don't want to trade. I don't want to trade. Could have the Chrome Prowler, could have a Counterspell. I'm banking on not Counterspell. I don't actually... This is fine because I can just discard the planes when the Watcher attacks. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Here's Unctus. I got some scrying going on with this, but it's a 0-3. This thing is going to be a 5-5 attacking now. Oh, we're going to get 2 draws. Whatever. No, we're not. It called it. I told you. It's on the prowl. Oh, I still it becomes tapped. I still have to draw. I'll pitch the planes. Oh, this doesn't become tapped, so I don't draw. Okay. I still had this... Whatever. Everything is fine. Everything is weird, but everything is fine. And, yep, opponent can just keep scrying with that. I mean, it'll be a chump blocker later. I guess with equipment you could power it up a bit, but... Problem is it just doesn't... 0 power things just don't kill anything. That's the problem. That card is a problem. That card is also a problem. We will be aware of all this. But there's no good attacks for our opponent here. Hey, you don't have attacks. Let's grab a planes. Now, in theory, I only want to play 1 artifact per turn. Do I want to bounce anything he's got? Not right now, so let's just play the Immobilizer. I guess he could triple block and kill the... But I would kill those 2 things. I'm fine with that. Cool, I don't need this land. Could also just chump block. Yeah, you gotta throw everything under. Okay, you can just throw 1 under there. That's fine too. Okay, so he gets to draw a card. I'm gonna hold the planes for discard fodder. It's not my favorite discard fodder right now. This only bounces creatures, so the Unctus could go back. If that happens, I just tap the Prowler. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. I just replay it. I'm only getting in for 1. There's an Incisor Glider. That's good. I do want to play that this turn. Our opponent's not corrupted, but it's fine. Justicar. Okay. One of these has got to go. Because I need to play the land. I need to do stuff. Let's actually play the Justicar. I've got 1 artifact entering next turn, so I might just tap the Prowler on the end step. We'll see what happens here. We're like in complete control of this. Quicksilver Fisher. Well, that's going to be the thing that gets tapped now into eternity. Gets to draw and discard. Are you attacking? You have no attacks here. What are we talking about? Okay, this is good, because this gives me something to do that isn't playing the Basilica Skullbomb this turn. Not going to attack with Mr. Unctus. Don't want that land. Yep, trade's fine. I can also just make the Unctus fly next turn, and I have 7 power in the air, so he needs a flyer here, or removal. Opponent, that wasn't an invitation. Fine. Tap that. Gonna have to kill the sentry here. So that has flying. Yeah, that's fine. You know, I could have also turned that into an artifact creature and attacked with it. That would have been smart. Okay, it's fine. We have artifacts. We're winning this game anyways. This is lethal. These two are lethal. Stop doing that. Oh, okay. That is not going to help you. And unfortunately, we had just enough counters on the immobilizer. We do have this. We have Unctus's effect on this. And we go for the RAR. Oh, a second Unctus. Well, we'll just discard that just for kicks. Yeah. Opponent's dead. Too many lethal threats. And we are 6-1. So I do enjoy drafting. It's my favorite format. Just because I feel like every set drafts differently, and there's all sorts of different variety in the archetypes within each set too. And then sometimes you find like some hidden cool things to do. Like we had our cool Saltai Toxic deck. A Downtown Brown. That's relevant. Green. Thirsting Roots for what kind of land? White. Alright. Unctus' Retrofitter. Green-white's not going to have any, like, burny things or whatever. So we can just do this. Could even... That's slightly annoying. Okay, we did not get an island. I could Retrofitter this right now, but... I think I'd rather just double artifact. I know it invokes a trade, but we're trading a 2-drop for a 3-drop, and we're still gaining 4 in the process. So it's all good. I can also Retrofitter the Skull Bomb if I want. See what our opponent has here. Nothing. You have nothing? Well, then I Retrofitter the Skull Bomb. and attack for 6. You can't have nothing on, you know, turn 3 or 4 in this format. Okay, he had something. His Charge of the Mites, which not the most impressive thing on this board state. Never mind. Just stop speaking. Oh, there's Charge. Okay. Okay, you had everything you needed. Yeah, this is fine. And we're just going to keep attacking, because that is how we're going to win the game. We have a 3-3 that can block. I might get corrupted here. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get corrupted here. Oh, that thing's going to fly now. And there's a Vorak. I really need to get my mana for Unctus here. I can kill one of these. Not as worried about the damage as I am the toxic. Oh, because that's toxic too. Okay. I think we're gonna have to not attack here. But we're gonna Chrome Prowler and tap some kind of piece of crap. Probably the Flyer. We'll see what happens pre-combat. No, we're probably gonna tap that thing. I need some more time here. Alright. Okay, so this is gonna get sacked for 1. For the wrong land. This doesn't really block it. Three, 6, 9. That's not a bad attack. I can go like this. I'm fine with a little bit of trading. I can get 2 artifacts down, so those are actually 4 3s. I don't need the Malcator. I could even double block the... No, I'm not going to double block the Atrocity. I'm just going to single block. There's a Skull Bomb. So something's got to be blocked there. Yeah, we'll just keep going. Unfortunately, that 2-drop can just trade. We're at 1. Can we hold on here? Well, this could actually be rough. I'm only at 9 poison. Do you have proliferate? You don't have proliferate. Whew. But also notice all the life. Did I have fun? Yeah, I had fun. Of course I had fun. I just said draft is my favorite format. But notice that our life total's 22. I was more worried about the poison counters because you can't get rid of those. That's the tricky part. And Unctus was just a cheerleader in our hand that game. Ego Drain. All right. Oh, and hey, that's our 7th win. So, yeah, we'll take one more look at the deck. If you're looking to build the Artifact aggro deck in Draft, this is what you want it to look like. You just want tons. You want your 2-drops to be, Duelist of Deep Faith, and so you can threaten to get corrupted on this, because being able to boost your team with a 2-drop flyer is just such a good thing when that happens. It doesn't happen too often, but when it does, it's just really good. The Justicars are cool. Planar Disruption for, some disruption interaction. Escaped Experiment to make your opponent's blocks worse. Even Malcator's Watcher is pretty good. Skull Bombs they were playable. Prologue to Phyrexia, also just as a one of it. It's not necessary for this deck, but can kind of help get to corrupted status. These were the big stars here, Unctus and Malcator. Finding both of them is insane. Even if you just get one of these, it could be good. But finding 2 Unctuses and 1 Malcator, that just put this deck over the top. Retrofitter is cool because it's kind of 2 creatures in 1. If you're animating like a Skull Bomb or an Immobilizer, or you could just turn one of your things, turn this into a 4/4 with Lifelink. That's also very threatening, especially decks that don't have those poison counters, and having a 4/4 and having to rely on damage to win a game with all this Lifelink just becomes very tricky. Vanish. I think this card is playable as a one-of. I guess I've changed my opinion on that a little bit. I would not run more than 1, even if, no matter how badly I'm lacking removal. Chrome Prowlers are really good, annoying. Eye of Malcator. If you don't have more of these rares, you want to load up on these Eye of Malcators. Get like 2 or 3 of them if you can. We only saw the 1 in the draft. Immobilizer can also just help offensively, defensively, tap your opponent's blocker, tap their threatening attacker. Basilica Shepherd. We cast this card once or twice, right? Yeah, we discarded it once, I know that. But yeah, that can double trigger the Justicar. It's just we had so many 2 and 3 drops here that, well, that's this format. But yeah, 7 wins. Great time drafting, 2 packs, another 950 gems, and for now, I'll take my leave.